Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are fishing my little ponds in front of my house. And the fly we're going to be using, I'm trying to be quiet because it's still early in the morning. The fly we're using is kind of a newer pattern. It's a marabou minnow, but it's got chartreuse flash in the tail and then a little bit of gold underneath the head. I don't normally fish specifically for a species, but today we are specifically targeting bass because I was walking the dog yesterday and I actually saw one in the water out here. I actually saw about 5. So I figured, and one of them was a pretty nice size, so I figured this might be a good opportunity to try to get him to eat. And the reason why I did a little bit of gold flash in the front is because I actually am using a gold hook, and I wanted it to kind of make the hook look like it was camouflaged in the And like most of my flies, is unweighted. The only weight in it is the actual hook. And of course, when the dubbing gets wet, it adds a little bit of weight too. But oh, we got something. Feels good to feel something on the line. Looks like a sunfish. Nope, little baby bass. Little baby bass. Well, it's been a while since we had a fish on the channel, guys. He's little, but he counts. There you go, little dude. Now, the one I saw was about 15 times that size. Well, maybe not 15, but he was way bigger than that. But I saw him towards the other end of the pond. I'm just kind of slowly making my way there. Probably should go to the other side so the wind's not in my face, but that just sounds like it would make too much sense. We've had a couple of days where it's been fairly warm. It's been like in the upper 60s and 70s the past few days. And today it's a little bit cooler, but not too bad. About 60 degrees right now. Oh, snagged on something. Check my hook. Hook's good. It's kind of hard to fish out here today too because the wind keeps changing directions. As soon as I get the fly kind of stable, the direction of the wind changes and then it's blowing the other way. A few minutes ago it was blowing in her face, now it's blowing towards my face and we're on the same side. now the wind's in our face when it was blowing behind us just a few minutes ago. It's a wee bit annoying. Hey, it's not fishing if there's not a challenge involved, right? Okay, well, the wind's really picking up. Great. Those of you who haven't been around the channel very long, you probably don't know that I'm a very big fan of marabou minnows. Especially for a streamer on Tenkara. I find that if you're going to use a streamer on Tenkara, you want one that's got a bit of play in the material. So it's got so when you let your line loosen and then raise, you can really kind of get it to do some cool stuff. Got another one. Telling you what, guys, that's a nice little one. Little old dinky bass. A little bit nicer than the last one. Still nowhere near as big as the one that I saw the other day. He was at least 2 or 3 pounds. It is really cool when you can see him come up and take the fly because it's so shallow. Again, guys, like I was saying with marabou minnows, they're probably my favorite type of material to work with. It's my first time using this, like, more of a crystal flash. I mean, when the fly gets wet, it looks a little bit different, but as you can see, I did put a little bit of hackle in the front too, just up here, just to add a little bit of something. And then, of course, the tail is all tangled up right now, but that's what it looks like when it's wet. And when you let it get in the wet in the water, and this kind of expands, and when your line loosens, it dips down, and then when you lift up, it goes like that, so you get a nice swimming action with it. Granted, fish don't swim up and down, they swim side to side, but still looks good. Obviously to me and to the fish, because we've caught quite a few already, and we've been skunked every other trip we've gone on. Piece of algae. Alright guys, we're heading over to the other side now. Don't see anything immediately off the bank. I think it's safe to approach. Now generally this side of the pond tends to be a bit deeper, so I don't know. Yeah. No, you're good. I just hooked into a little bass. Alright. Alright, later. It's always nice when you catch a fish while you're on the phone. Another little bassy bass. It's got pretty colors on him. Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to drop you. He slipped. Well, guys, this is a nice change of pace from the past few trips. They're little, but they count. And this fly is working out very well. Maybe I'll tie a few more. It wasn't really that difficult to tie, really. But apparently there's a really big bass in here that my friend had seen blowing up the top of the water. I'd love to hook into it. Look at this, guys. Different species. Let's check him out, guys. Little old greenie. Yeah, I know. Well, you tried to eat a bigger minnow. Little old greenie. Cute. A little orange his fins are. Tails are orange too. Pretty little guy. Alright guys, bit of a change of appearance. We're going to go to a kabari. It's got a smaller hook. Hopefully we can get some of these other smaller species to bite. But I tied this with marabou facing forward. I've never tried that. I'm just curious how it's going to act in the water. And let's see if we can get something to bite. It floats well on top of the water at first, which is kind of cool. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that video. We got a few bass in. Didn't get the big one that I wanted, but he's in here. I saw him again, but didn't catch him. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And don't forget, take it easy.